Topping today's news, there is much anticipation in Grand Bahama for the sale of the Grand Lucayan. Former F&M leader Hubert Ingram encouraging the party to unite. The SBDC empowering individuals with disabilities with their business venture, and an American female in critical condition today after being injured in a boating accident on Monday. This is your JCN Evening News. I'm Jarino Saunders. Thank you so much for joining us. Speaking on the sidelines of the installation ceremony for the new Royal Bahamas Defense Force Commodore, the Minister of Tourism, Investments and Aviation, Chester Cooper, is confident the government's efforts will soon result in a resurgence of the Grand Bahama economy.
Not only will Grand Bahama be the fastest growing in airlift and air arrivals, but it will also be the fastest growing island in the Bahamas by way of cruise passengers. We're seeing a $600 million investment in the Grand Bahama shipyard. That's underway. It's happening. We see an additional $1 billion, a total of almost $3 billion we're seeing in Grand Bahama. That's cause for optimism, and many of these are out of the pipeline or coming out of the pipeline. Celebration Key has been hiring now for a considerable period of time. They're moving around the islands because they have difficulty finding enough employees. That's positive. It's optimistic.
On Thursday, the government expects to sign a heads of agreement for the sale and redevelopment of the Grand Lucayan Hotel and the Grand Bahama International Airport. The sale of the Grand Lucayan is regarded as being critical to the success of the overall Grand Bahama economy. Meanwhile, the Xanadu Hotel property was recently purchased by Royal Caribbean International and is also expected to play a major role in the economic rebound of the second city. During his tribute to John Henry Bostwick at the memorial service held at the Free National Movement's headquarters on Monday, former Prime Minister Hubert Ingram encouraging members of the party to be united and properly prepare for the upcoming elections.
Don't believe, or some of us believe, that because over the last 20 years, people change government every 5 years, it'll happen to you this time. I don't believe that because people are fed up with the PLP that they just can vote for you. But you also got to accept that, listen, we got to be united. We got to be of one accord. We got to be of one accord. And we got to have one purpose. To win and to govern on behalf of the people of the Bahamas. And so I ask you, F&M, since you say you are F&M, be F&M.
Ingram's call for unity in the Free National Movement came following recent tensions between former Prime Minister and party leader Dr. Hubert Minnis and the current leader Michael Pintard. In recent weeks, Mr. Pintard has announced that the former leader, Dr. Hubert Minnis, will not be getting a party nomination to run in the Killarney constituency. Well, last week, Dr. Minnis announced his intentions to run in Killarney regardless of not receiving a party nomination. But even if the party unites, Mr. Ingram advises the party members and leaders that the work does not end there, that they must be effective on the ground.
You can only win elections in the Bahamas if you are hungry for power. If the governing party is hungrier to keep what they got than you are to get what they have, they will win and you will lose. Secondly, you must always be prepared for an election. And the first thing to prepare for an election is to have an electoral boundary, electoral voters on a list. We go house to house, all over, all kind of people, knocking on one another. But we're not registering any voters. We ask them to vote for us. One of the mistakes made by the F&M in 1987, Brent referred to, was they had lots of supporters, but not that many voters who could vote. And so I say to you tonight, today, this afternoon, do your homework. Yes. It ain't a drop in your lap.
The next general elections, they're expected to take place by September of 2026. Questions have been raised before about the Fort Charlotte Member of Parliament and current Minister of Labor and Immigration, Alfred Sears, and his political future. Well, last week he told the media that he had no comments on what he will do in the future, whether he will run or not. Now, reports have emerged that Sears has indeed told supporters that he will not be seeking re-election. But who is in line to be the next PLP candidate for that constituency, Fort Charlotte? Albeit unconfirmed, Jcn sources have told us that there are several candidates vying for that position, including Senator Barry Griffin, Attorney Andrew Edwards, former PLP Cabinet Minister Dr. Danny Johnson reportedly seeking the nomination for Fort Charlotte, and former F&M candidate for Fort Charlotte, Drumiko Archer. He has switched over to the PLP and is also seeking a nomination, so we understand. We'll have to try and confirm that for you in a later newscast. Meanwhile, reports are that former Member of Parliament for Baines and Grantstown, Travis Robertson, is seeking the nod for the F&M in the Fort Charlotte constituency. Travis Robertson, who has previously served as the F&M Member of Parliament for Baines and Grantstown, he has been seen canvassing the ground in Fort Charlotte. Monday, 37 entrepreneurs with disabilities were recognized for completing a blueprint training course hosted by the Small Business Development Center, the SBDC. Samantha Rowe, the executive director of the SBDC, gave remarks at the Entrepreneurs with Disabilities initiative that was launched in 2024.
This program was about raising awareness, providing high-quality training, and connecting participants to the kind of education, mentorship, and other resources that every entrepreneur deserves. We're especially proud that this initiative has also helped to bring national attention to larger issues that are impacting entrepreneurs with disabilities. And although this program is complete, the SBDC continues to push to have them addressed from a policy level.
The program has not only reached people from New Providence, but also Grand Bahama and the Family Islands. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, Mario Boleg, describing the initiative as a testament of what can happen when organizations come together to lead and inspire those who are in need.
The Breaking Initiative is truly a demonstration of what it means to be led, inspired, and empowered. The training you have completed is critical first step towards achieving your dreams and aspirations. This is something to be proud of. Give yourselves a round of applause. As Minister of Youth, I remain committed to empowering young entrepreneurs through our Be Inspired program, and I am happy to have supported our young entrepreneurs with disabilities through this initiative. I believe in the power of young entrepreneurs to transform the Bahamas, and with continued support, I am sure that they will continue to grow and develop their talents and become agents of change for a better Bahamas.
The Entrepreneurs with Disabilities Initiative is a collaborative effort between the SBDC, the Ministry of Social Services, the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, and the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities. And finally, in this segment, an American woman is in critical condition in hospital today after she was injured by a boat's propeller on Monday afternoon. Police reports say the woman entered the water shortly after 3:45 p.m. from a vessel she was a passenger on while it was attempting to dock at a location in the area of Bay Street. She sustained serious injuries to her lower body caused by the vessel's propellers. Crew members of that vessel immediately retrieved her from the water, and efforts were made to control the bleeding until the ambulance services arrived and transported her to the hospital for medical treatment. You're watching JCN News. We'll take a break here. We'll be right back following these commercials.